Welcome to Fireside Chat. My name is Sai. If you're new to my channel, I talk about how I budget, save, and invest money to achieve financial independence. On November 4th, the IRS announced the 2022 contribution limits for IRA, 401k, TSP, and other types of retirement accounts. The Social Security Administration also announced the maximum Social Security tax for the year 2022. I'm also going to talk briefly on what Congress is trying to do with Backdoor Roth and the Mega Backdoor Roth. If you watch until the end of this video, I'm going to share how I'm going to change my contributions to my retirement accounts based on these updates. Okay guys, so we have some good news and bad news about the 2022 retirement accounts. I don't know about you guys, but I like to hear the bad news first. So the bad news is the IRA contribution limits will not go up for the year 2022. The contribution limits will remain the same at $6,000 or $7,000 for those of you who are age 50 and older. The IRA contribution limit has been the same since 2019. The IRS sets the maximum IRA contribution limits based on inflation measured by the CPI data. Based on what we are seeing in inflation from this year, I just don't understand why the IRS didn't increase the contribution limit to something like $6,500 or $7,000. So looking at the history of the IRA contribution limit, it doesn't seem to go up very often. So from 2013 to 2018, it was at $5,500. From 2008 to 2012, it was $5,000. From 2005 to 2007, it was at $4,000. So it looks like it happens every 3 to 5 years. And if I had to take an educated guess, I would think the IRS would increase the contribution limits to $7,000 for the year 2023. I could be wrong too, but I am very disappointed in this announcement because I am a big fan of the Roth IRA. So the good news is they changed the income limits for both traditional and Roth IRAs. If you're single and contributing to a traditional IRA, you can deduct your contribution if your income is below $68,000. And the phase-out range starts from there until $78,000. If you're married, then the phase-out range is $109,000 to $129,000. Keep in mind these numbers are assuming you have a workplace retirement plan. For the 2022 Roth IRA, if you're single, then your modified adjusted gross income needs to be below $129,000, and that's up from $125,000. If you're married, then it's $204,000 and that's up from $198,000. For the self-employed and small business owners, the SEP IRA will go up from $58,000 to $61,000 in 2022. The simple IRA is also moving up from $13,500 to $14,000. Now let's take a look at the 401ks. The 2022 contribution limit for employer-sponsored 401k, 403b, 457 plans, and the TSP will increase from $19,500 to $20,500. That's really good news because we were stuck at $19,500 for the past 2 years. The 401k catch-up contribution limit will be the same at $6,500 for the year 2022. So if you're age 50 or older, then your total contribution limit for traditional or Roth 401k or TSP will be $27,000. Solo 401k for the self-employed and small business owners will also go up from $58,000 to $61,000. Remember that this is based on the amount you can contribute as an employer. The compensation limit will also go up from $290,000 to $305,000 in the year 2022. For those of you in the high income bracket, the after-tax 401k contribution will go up from $58,000 to $61,000. This is also the Mega Backdoor Roth that I talked about in the 3-minute video. So basically, if your employer offers this, you want to subtract $20,500 plus whatever employer match you expect to have from $61,000. You also want to make sure your employer offers in-service withdrawals to a Roth IRA or in-plan rollovers to a Roth 401k. Otherwise, this is not going to be worth it because you will be taxed on the earnings. You want to roll it over before you accrue any interest or earnings. You can learn more about it in the 3-minute video I did on the Mega Backdoor Roth. The Social Security Administration also announced the new contribution limit for the year 2022. But before I go into it, don't forget to sign up for a free one-on-one 20-minute financial coaching session. You can fill out the introductory form by clicking the link in the description below. So when you look at your paychecks, you might see something like FICA under your deductions. The FICA tax rate for employees will remain the same at — 6.2% for Social Security, and 1.45% for Medicare. The income limit for Social Security contribution is up from $147,000 in annual gross income, or $9,114, and that's up from $8,853.60 in the year 2021. Alright, so now let's talk some more bad news, aka Congress. The November 3rd version of the Build Back Better Act has law changes to repeal backdoor Roth IRAs and after-tax 401k contributions, or also known as the Mega Backdoor Roth. They could disappear after December 31st of this year. So the reason for this is for Congress to fund their $1.85 trillion social spending package that is supposed to tackle climate change and provide child tax credit. And they want more people to pay their taxes so they can fund their social spending package. And I talked about this in detail in my previous video, and I will post a link in the description below. So let's say Congress passes this, and to repeal Backdoor Roth and Mega Backdoor Roth, people that are going to be affected are the ones making at least $144,000 a year or $214,000 a year for married couples, because that's the income limit for the Roth IRA. So basically, you will have to contribute to a traditional IRA if your income is above that and there's no more backdoor Roth option. You're also not going to be able to contribute or convert the after-tax 401k contribution to the Roth IRA or Roth 401k. The new law would also require people to report their retirement account balances to the IRS when they reach $2.5 million. There will also be new contribution limits once you hit $10 million in the retirement accounts with income over $400,000. Again, this is something the Democrats are still fighting to keep these new laws in the package so they can fund their $1.85 trillion spending package. No one really knows if these new tax laws will get passed to Congress, so we'll just have to wait and see. If they do get rid of the backdoor Roth option, you should consider investing into the health savings account or HSA, and I will link that video in the description below. So now let me share what I'm going to do for the year 2022. For my IRA contribution, it will be the same at $6,000 a year. Assuming Congress doesn't repeal the backdoor Roth IRA, I will continue to contribute $230 every 2 weeks to my Roth IRA. If they do repeal it, then I plan to contribute it to my traditional IRA. I'm still contributing half and half to the VT-SAX and VFIAX. VT-SAX is the Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund, and VFIAX is the Vanguard S&P 500. The year-to-date return for these funds so far is 25.5%. 2021 has been a great year for the stock market. For our HSA contribution, since it's going up to $7,300 for the 2022 family plan, we will contribute up to the maximum limit. We treat the HSA like a separate retirement account, so we will contribute about $280 every 2 weeks, and this is going straight to the Vanguard S&P 500 index fund. For my Roth 401k, I will adjust my contribution limit to a higher percentage so that I will have at least $854 deducted from my paycheck every 2 weeks. This is not counting my employer match. The amount that I contribute will go directly into the Roth 401k account, and the employer match will go into the pre-tax account. So my goal is to have my income go up every year while my expenses remain the same or lowered. I just increase my contributions to make sure I maximize my retirement accounts every single year. Looking at our future projection and growth, the extra money that gets invested now will eventually become tens of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, in 20 or 30 years. The only potential obstacle that I'm seeing right now is what Congress might do or might not do with our Roth IRAs within the next few months. That extra $1,000 every year into the 401k account could turn into $120,000 in 30 years with 8% average annual return. Let's say you're 30 years old and you start investing for retirement in 2022 by contributing $20,500 every single year. With 8% average annual rate of return, by the time you turn 60, you could have $2.7 million invested into your 401k account. I also understand that not everyone is able to contribute all $20,500 into a 401k right away. If you're just starting to invest, you should start investing with at least 15% of your income towards your retirement. As your income goes up, you can eventually maximize your 401k, HSA, and IRA. You should try to budget after you have already contributed to your retirement accounts. Thank you so much for watching my video. Let me know in the comment section down below what you plan to do with your retirement accounts in 2022. If you need help with your personal finances, you can contact me by filling out the introductory form, link in the description below. Also, don't forget to check out these 2 fire videos and my Instagram page. I will post a new fire video every Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m. I hope to see you in the next video. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more fire videos.